them sleight of hand tricks.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome to another Ride Along with Goggles in 158 version. So I want to pay attention today in this video to the truck physics and the changes that have been made. And I think there's some remarkable changes they've made to the actual appearance of what the suspension's doing and the axles on both the truck and the trailer. This is a mod truck, and it does it on the mod truck, or like I've tried the SCS W900, does the same thing. They don't have the articulated or visibly moving suspension on the W900 yet. I guess that's going to come down the road. But they do have, so that's the modeling of it. That's what you visually see of the axle. What we're seeing the wheels do as they act as they're part of an axle. Because before, if you went over a bump with the right side wheels would go up vertically and the left side wheels would stay just, they wouldn't do anything. So that would mean that your wheels, let's see if I can get my hands here. How do I do that? Like that. So the wheels would be going like this, not like an axle. A solid axle would do that. One side would go up, the other side would lean, and this line would change as opposed to that line. I'm showing you up in the Uber cam up in the top right. Anyway, or no, wait a minute, that's the putz cam. Yeah, you gotta look at the putz cam for that. So anyway, what happens now, instead of this, as you go over a bump, it does this. So it's like the wheels are on a solid axle. And the trailer does it too, which is pretty cool. So anyway, we've got a real heavy load on here. I want to check the truck dynamics and handling of the truck, see how all that works, because it supposedly has changed. And when we get to some bumps, or I can run some wheels over a bump, I'll show you that too, how that axle moves.
Route guidance has started. Please drive to the highlighted route.
Okay, now we've got steering on this trailer, so it may be really hard to get it out of here. I think actually we may have to fly it out of here. Or I could go disable, turn that off. Let's see. Is it going to turn itself into steer itself into the wall? It might. Yeah, it might just steer itself into the wall. Yeah, the Jeep's into the wall. See if you can pull it off of there. That's crazy. Maybe I should disable that, but I would have to get off of this wall. There we go. Well, we'll just ignore it for now.
Get ready to make the next right. Make the next right.
This is a good drive we got going here. Anytime I can get on this road that we're going to take, I'm a happy boy. The load is, where are we here? 118.5 in the game. What's Truckee think? 119.70. Uh-oh, totally missed that gear. And that with the clutch even. Oh man, look at that salmon colored Crown Vic. That's weird. I wonder if I got, must have sound fixes in this profile. I think those weird colors come from sound fixes.
Continue straight on.
Another one. So some changes on the interface and stuff. When you're in the shop, the interior. No, wait a minute. What was some of the stuff has moved around a bit? Not where you're used to finding them. They've changed also how the engines react, and it's weird because I'm got a ZMod 3406E here. It's got a really lazy throttle drop, but I need to investigate it a lot more. I did some changes to it, and I changed one, and I'm pretty sure I've got it to, if I'm at idle and I blip it, so if you give the throttle just a repeatable blip. So I tried it with the modified engine and this one we're in here, and I tried just giving it a hit, see what it did. I didn't mash it. It went to 1900 and came back to idle, which I think is 600. And it took, with the change I made, it took one less second, so it was 4 seconds. Oh boy, what am I doing here? I gotta get used to this. But anyway, I'm trying it without the modified open def to see what I think. I really want to get a handle on it, and then I'll try a trip with the modified open def. So far I'm just doing it for this one engine, this one particular power level of this engine, so that I can switch back and forth in the same engine from 705 to, I think it's 735, 747. I can't remember what that was, but it definitely drives different. And the King of the Hill default engine is really bad in my view. Like, I mean, it's really slow on the throttle drop. And they have a thing in there now called torque resistance setting, and well, ZMod has it in his engines, and I'm sure it's what they're modifying in that King of the Hill for the game. And I think they're putting too low a number on it. And I think, okay, here's a downhill. Maybe we'll try here and see what happens. So it should roll on pretty freely. It does. Picking up speed. Because diesels don't have much resistance to off throttle. Like, you know, in a car when you decelerate. And depending on the car, and you know what you got going on in the driveline, you can, how do I explain it? Like the flywheel and the inertial momentum of the engine, if it drops off quickly,
ready to make the next lap.
when you're gearing down, it has a lot of effect. Like you're gearing down through the gears.
Make the next left. Move to the furthest
I gotta get used to this. Anyway, when you're going down through the gears, like you're actually slowing down,
and then make the next left.
Case in point.
Next left.
Yeah, I heard. Jeez, I heard you. I had my '67 Beaumont that I had. I did a lot of stuff to that car over the years, in the years that I had it, which was a reasonable time. Started out with a 350 Chevy that I'd built, and just fairly mild. Then, no, I don't want to go into too much detail. I did a head job, ported everything, put a bigger cam in it, tried some different headers, different intake, you know, the usual stuff, different ignition system and all that. And it was pretty peppy. It would go. But I was tired of just trying things, and you know, like most people would have been satisfied with it, but I thought, oh man, I really want this car to be quick. So I put a 454 in it. And as the car was a standard, and on GMs, there's a lot of interchangeability between, like I didn't even have to change the motor mounts, I don't think. Just put whatever's on the block, the purchase on the frame are the same, everything. I put that 454 in a weekend. It was running. Had it in a day, the old one out, new one in, all hooked up, got it running the next day. Anyway, what I'm getting at is that 454, the car was a standard, and it was an externally balanced engine, so I had to get a new flywheel. And this is back in, before, this is how old I am. It's before the internet, if you can imagine that. And I phoned all over. I was just looking in wrecking yards and trying to see where I could find a flywheel for it that would work. And there's either like 1-ton truck flywheels, which are way too heavy. I wasn't interested, or nothing. Or I would have to buy a brand new one from the factory, because you could still buy one then easily for a car like a Corvette or something, 454 Corvette, and or Chevelle. Anyway, I phoned around the speed shops, and speed shop in Edmonton had one, and I go flying over. I said, I didn't even ask what it was. I said, I'll be right over. Went and grabbed it. It was an aluminum flywheel. A Schaefer aluminum flywheel. Okay. Anyway, so the car, the upside of it is the car doesn't have any stored inertia with that really light flywheel. It was 15 pounds. No, 11 pounds. Sorry, 11 pounds. So it was cool, and it was a pain in the ass. It was both. But you could gear down. You're shifting down. You didn't need the brakes till you're almost done, because there's no stored inertia in the engine, and it'd be slowing down against the compression of the engine, and zoom, man, it would, like, it was like using the brakes. And you just, when you put it in neutral or put the clutch in at the end, you'd use the brakes to stop. Unless you're in, you really wanted to hit the brakes, of course you would use them. But that's what they're doing with this torque resistance thing, is they're going away from having that really strong effect to having less of an effect. And that's a change they're making in the game. And so the resistance torque is not how fast the throttle slows down on a throttle blip. Like, I looked it up, saw the formula, everything, how it's calculated, and resistance torque in the engine is largely parasitic from what the measurements they take are, because on your if you don't have
to the furthest right lane, and then make the next right.
If you're not using the Jake brake, which it doesn't really do it accurately here in the game, but anyway,
make the next right.
If you're not using the Jake brake, the compression on the piston that didn't on its power stroke without fuel, there's a whole bunch of trapped air there compressed to like 24-1 or whatever, pushes the piston back down. And that's why diesels really coast. But they're trying to increase the amount it does that. And the way they have it is the lag on the throttle drop, which is, like, I get it, and a low parasitic drag would let the throttle theoretically do that, but it's not. And I understand it's digits, it's ones and zeros or X's and O's, whatever. It's all imaginary. It's in a computer. I get it. But that King of the Hill is super lazy. So on the throttle drop, real bad. Anyway, I want to explore it a bit with making some changes to this particular engine, more than I have done. And I gotta get a good stopwatch. I put a stopwatch on my phone and did a little test just before doing this video, and it was, I'm saying it was a 25% going from 292 to 400 on the resistance torque, made what was 4 seconds blip on the this engine right here, to the one with the 400 resistance torque to just around 3 seconds. But I also Oh, wait a minute. We're supposed to be checking the handling. I'm waiting for... I think this road gets a little twistier here. Coming up. We'll see what it handles like. I did go, and if you ever watch Shifty 379, guy's got a 379 Peterbilt with a 3406E in it, same engine I have in here. And he puts a camera up on the load, or the trailer. He's got a grain, he hauls grain.
Continue straight
Well,
on.
maybe he hauls other stuff too. I've only seen videos where he's hauling grain. Puts a camera on the front of the trailer, so it's looking at the stacks over the hood. It's essentially this view right here, which is pretty cool. And I'd like to point out that if you watch videos of guys shifting trucks, hopefully we got to come to a stop. And I'll show you. When if you do like a lazy shift, it doesn't mean you're taking extra time. You only got whatever time is allotted when you're floating gears to go from one gear to the next. You can't manufacture time somehow. But a lazy shift is kind of like where if you're not accelerating super hard, maybe you're pulling a big load, whatever, but when you get it into gear, you don't step on the throttle right away. And he's a really good example of that, because when he's doing a video for the audio effect, you can
continue straight on.
you notice that. But when he's in a hurry and he wants to get through an intersection, he's getting on the throttle as soon as it goes into the gear. And I'll show you that. I can do that too. Again, I do it all the time. Like when I know I've got time and I don't need to be in a hurry and we're just cruising along and just loafing through the gears, I'll get it into gear. I'll be really careful about stepping on the throttle. Oh, here's a corner. See what happens here. Well, it's pretty melodramatic. Anticlimactic, I guess, I mean. See, that's a lazy shift right there. I got it into gear, and then I waited a while to step on the throttle. You can't wait on the shift, or else you just grind the gears. Up here, we're going to have to do a few shifts, so it gets a little windy, bendy. Nice through here. I've been wanting to take this drive for quite a while, looking for trips up this way, and it just never happened. And then all of a sudden, I decided I'd throw the triple on here and try and get a load where we were going to. Well, I wanted to show you the suspension on the trailer actually. And okay, let's we'll get around this corner, and there's a little bit of a straight. We'll do a lazy shift. It's going to be with a split too. Let's hope that works. Let's see. See, I took a big pause before I got on the throttle. So you see guys do that all the time in the videos. And if you're not in a hurry and you're not pounding on it, why not? But next time we slow down, we'll do the same shift again, but we'll do it a little quicker. So that's the gear we were in before. Oh shoot, might have to pull that down a gear. Didn't count on the hill. Best laid plans of mice and men. Anyway, I'm liking it so far. I turned off a bunch of the widgets and gadgets and stuff, and you know, maybe I'll do another video on the gameplay, all the settings, but I haven't even learned them yet, so it's still okay. So here, let's do a quicker shift. Whoops. I think I was going the wrong speed for the wrong gear. Sorry about that. When we go left up here, I'll do it. Oh, we got that traffic. Oh, perfect place for this trailer. Let's have a look at that. Show you this. I gotta
At the
go.
roundabout, take the second exit.
I'll try and get the what do you call it? The link for it into the video.
Exit now.
Isn't that handy? Okay. See, there's a faster shift. So it doesn't have the lazy sound. So when you're watching a video like Shifty 379 and you watch them going and you'll go, oh man, that thing's got a really slow RPM drop. Look how long it's taking them to shift gears. Watch more of the video and you'll see times when he like will go through an intersection and he'll, because when he's going for sound effect, he's shifting full gears, I'm pretty sure. He's not splitting it, and especially in the low range, he's just going for a full, nice, big, lazy shift. Because it sounds cool. And if you're not in a panic and you don't have a extreme amount of weight on, why not? Doesn't hurt anything. But if you got a bit of weight on or you want to get through the intersection a little quicker, get out of somebody's way, whatever, and you split them, and you can hear that. Oh, you also hear before he takes off, and he'll tap the throttle a time or two before he actually lets go, and you'll hear the rise and fall of the, but not a full stomp, you know, but he's just, you hear the blip and you see, oh yeah, that's got a little response to it. Are we getting called in? Oh shoot, I don't see the warning. That's it. Oh darn.
Move to the furthest right lane.
I wonder what's gonna happen.
Then the next right.
Well, this, I got to get that window working again. I got my map working, right? Well, we'll just pretend we didn't get called in. How's that? So that was a fairly lazy full shift, and that was quite a bit faster than the King of the Hill in the game. So here's another, this will be a half shift, a split. So it's pretty good. It's not bad. It's easy. It's not bad to drive. I should be doing this test with this C16. So C16, I really like that engine for the up and down. The box is really nice. But so far, I mean, I'm liking it. I'm liking the game, the updates, the interfaces. There's not a lot of change. Like, you're not going to go, oh, what's this? But there's a lot more information available. I turned the info thing that was on in the live stream in the corner of the wind. It was appearing somewhere up on the left there. Hints were constantly showing up. Well, that's just something you can turn off in gameplay. Okay, let's see what we're like around here. Maybe going a little quick. No, no drama. Steering is really nice. Although I think this truck usually steers pretty good anyway. Oh shoot, I've got to take a photo. We're almost where we're going. So get ready. Not a good spot here. We get all that stuff there in the background, maybe. See, that's coasting along pretty good. I don't have the cruise on. It's just the right slope to just keep the engine going. I don't know why they need to enhance that. I'm not 100% sure. But then again, maybe it's something to do with, and I hardly ever, you know, the last time I've driven the stock engines was probably other than in those, like that B-double parking thing yesterday in the live stream. I usually would only drive them for, boy, that's ugly. I would usually only drive them when Convoy came out. Before they allowed mods in Convoy, I would drive that 625 King of the Hill all the time. I don't think I've been through here since that vegetation detail on the edges of the road was changed. It's pretty good. Town. Jeez, could get a gear if my life depended on it. Long before this lane ends. Oh, there's a bump. Nice to feel an actual bump on the road.
To the furthest right lane, and then make the next right. Make the next right.
Oh man, I totally blew it. Yeah, I gotta get the handle on the downshifts. Because that wasn't good. Like, the way this is going, like when I watch Attack, I'm fine. But I find with this engine, what's happening is it revs up to really high and doesn't really want to come back down. You gotta be really careful how much you tap the throttle, because I think not having all that resistance.
Right lane, and then make the next right.
Oops. Trying to find that happy balance where
Next right.
I hit the throttle just the right amount and then catch it on the way down. And if you're getting it right, you don't have to over rev it and then hit it on the way down. You're revving it to the point you need and putting the stick in the hole. Pretty easy. In real life, try to hear. Uh-oh. There, that second attempt was good, but yeah, it tends to, when I'm driving it like I drive other engines, like, and not this engine, I mean outside of 158, because in 157 I've driven this engine quite a bit. And it's not doing that same thing where you go to blip the throttle and it goes way higher. Like, what am I? It's probably going up 2,000 RPM, 1,900. You're only trying to get it up to about 16 and a half, 17, depending on where you like driving. So it's going up too high, and then I gotta wait for it to come down and then jam it in the hole.
Move furthest left lane, and then make the next left. Make the next left.
Yeah, we got to find something to run over and show you the curb effect and how these axles are behaving. It's pretty cool. Oh yeah, right. Got the steer on the back. I don't need to do that. Go way wide. That was overkill. Keep forgetting about that. That's where you really don't want the big lag, because we're going uphill like this, pulling a heavy load. So if it takes too long to slow down. Like in the tutorial thing there, I was using the clutch, and to get the thing up to that 37 miles an hour on that little straightaway, I couldn't wait for the RPM to drop. I had to use the clutch. So I'd use the clutch, just not double clutch, I'd just drive it like a car just to get the challenge done. And you would throw the clutch in, shift the gear, let the clutch out, and the engine would still be slowing down by the time you'd done the shift, and it would go whirl, and then start driving up again because the engine hadn't gotten down to the RPM of the next gear. It was really weird. You can see that as a live stream, so go back and watch that if you like. It's a pretty painful exercise, but I got it eventually. Let's try to find that. There we go. Uh-oh, gonna go through it. Oh, it's gonna be red. Yep, that's a ticket. We're going right over there. I haven't been over there in a long time. Yeah, boys, the game ever looked better than the first time I came to that site.
Get ready to make the next right.
I got that shift okay.
Make the
That one
next
too.
right.
Finally. But we got that, it just rolls on and on and on. Just doesn't want to slow down.
Make the next right. Get ready to make the next left. Make the next left.
Oh, yeah, we don't have to go wide. Jeez. Can't get used to having this trailer back there. I'm not getting a dingle.
You have arrived at your destination. Route guidance is now finished.
See, I'm not getting a little ding ding when you drive over those things. So I got to figure out how to get that enabled again. I shouldn't have to worry about hitting that thing. We should be able to turn it in here pretty easily. That loading ramp. Oh, look at that, a runway right there. Uh-oh, we missed the thing. Oh yeah, I'm not getting the ding. I rolled right through it. I was waiting for the little bell to go off. Okay, so we'll get the load off here, and then we're gonna go. There's lots of stuff in here. We can show you what's going on with the trailer and truck axles. How both sides are joined together now, so they tilt instead of just each side do its own thing, like an independent rear end. So, how can we run over? Oh, That's kind of big. Oh yeah, there's something over there. Yeah. So what we can do is we'll take the truck. How big is that? Let's take the truck across this. That's pretty big. That might be too big. Oops. Oh. That wheel lean out at all? I don't know if it's working on the front axle yet. Yeah, maybe it's connected. That's a little bit big though. It's a little bit abrupt because the it's going to lift the rear axle off the ground too, because that's such a big bump. Oh, yeah. Now you can see that axle's it's tilted in here. Oh yeah, there we are. It's tilted in at the top, and so over here you can see the axle that's on the ground. So both sides are connected together now. So that's new, and it does it on the trailer too. Oh, we gotta get one of those up there. You can kind of see it, that first wheel of the trailer. There's the middle one. Oh. Anyway, it works. It's kind of cool. Oh, now we're stuck. Yeah, that wasn't a good idea, was it? Ruining our equipment. I tried it over regular, just a curb in a parking lot. And it worked pretty good. But anyway, that's new. That's pretty neat. So what I'm going to do real quick, I'm just going to jump in the truck without the trailer. And let's detach. There isn't much this curve here. We'll try that. Oh, what I should do. Yeah, the light's on the wrong side. I know what it will do. Plan B. So back here in these E-Syncs, I'll be able to see it in the light. And it's not such a big bump. There we go. Well, you know what? Let's hit it with the outside tire, not the... So, there we go. We're hitting with the inner tire. Let's see if this... There we go. Oh, I gotta take it out of high-speed reverse. So that's pretty cool. Now let's try the... front axle. Yeah, it just lifts the whole truck. The whole truck goes. So it's... But yeah, the rear axles on the trailer do the same thing. So they are... So if you're still in 157, go do this. Oh, here's to get out of reverse. Now you can see that, let's go in here. He's just done the usual thing here, or see the wheels up there and the axle's down here. And when they get the physics on the SCS trucks for sure, that axle is going to be moving in the suspension and everything. It's super cool. But this is all the game's done ever since, you know, it came out. It just does that. And that one's it's still in some distress. They're all kind of whacked out. Oh, maybe because I got to lift the suspension. Hang on. Got her, we got to lift it up a bit. Oh, the back's up, okay. I wonder if that's going to make a difference on the front end. A difference on the front end going over. Oh. Okay. That's up as far as it goes. It didn't make any difference. I think the axle is still parallel with the bumper. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to leave it there, guys. But I'm kind of digging it. I like, you know, everything they're doing. It's good. I like that all of the HUT's cam is awful twitchy. Okay, it's back, maybe. But anyway, I like where they're going, and I like the fact that with these new features that they have, you can turn them off. And so you don't have to have them. It's all optional, so you can tailor the game to your style, which is still really good. But for new folks who are just new to the game, I think that hint thing showing up in the top left corner, there's nothing wrong with that. And, you know, not everybody's on some friendly Discord. And maybe they don't know where to get the answers they're looking for. And those hints will certainly help give you a clue as to what you're doing, as opposed to just turning you loose and letting you figure it out. So, and there's something to be said for both methods, obviously, but I think it's a good thing. And yeah, there we are. Good stuff. That was a fun trip. And as always, things to learn, stuff to do. A lot going on here. There's just, I haven't scratched the surface of it. And as I pick away at it, I'll try and share it with you. So as always, guys, take care. All the very best, and bye for now.
Sleight of hand tricks.